Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, wherever you are joining me at this moment. Welcome to 100th edition of Investdata Trading Academy live with Ambrose. So fast, we're already on the 100th edition. Well, thank you all for joining us. Yes, as usual, I will look at what is happening in the global market. And today, again, you can see extension of what we saw on Friday. The market was in green. This hour, I will tell you, across the globe and even different instruments are also in green as we speak. U.S. market is looking up, and also in Europe market, and at the same time, Asia market is also looking up, though with little, small mixed market in that region. But I will tell you that this market are starting on a good note, extension of the positive sentiment that we kind of rekindled last week Friday, extension to this hour is a good one for the market, at large. But I'll still tell you that investors are looking at how sustainable is this trend, especially seeing that market across the globe are looking up even when inflation is hitting a new level. This hot inflation is hitting a new level. Still, market is also looking up. Is it that the investors are panicking as reduced? And also oil price that has also been oscillating. You can see that it has stabilized above 100, trading as we speak now around the 103.3 dollar per barrel. No, all these are the kind of the factors that are influencing this market up and down. You can see the rising inflation, interest rates in that direction, while economies of these big economies are also shrinking or slowing down. You saw what happened in China, when they published their Q2 performance. You can see that there was a slowdown in their growth. While in UK, we saw that there was a little improvement in their growth. You can see this mixed trend. That means in different clients, we are seeing different results. Also today, EU, looking for to see the ECB, meeting also coming very soon. But I'll tell you that the market across the globe, there's 7% of positive sentiment this morning, which I believe if it's sustained, this might be a good week. And don't forget that the earnings season also have commenced earnestly across the globe. But in US market, I'll tell you that the banking results, especially one that came from JP Morgan, was disappointing. And that also, we're trying to look at how people over there looking at, yes, you are increasing interest rate over there. It's expected that because we are increasing interest rate, but because of high cost of operation and all those stuff, you can see that already we are seeing a negative impact on their financial sector. But we to see more of it. But the one that have come, you can see that that is not looking too good. Almost 28% decline, in earnings for that company. Just like also, we're going to see back here from when we go into looking at the numbers that today. I'm just giving you what is happening globally, that the whole trend is not nearly across. Even if you go to the cryptocurrency market, you can see that it's also looking up. I believe that it's a overall grip situation we're seeing now this morning. But we'll see how there's any news again that's going to, that in the market, we treat most of them is news. And this news, when it comes, market react. And that's why I said at any given time, whether you are a trader or an investor, look at your chart, because chart will help you to look at the sentiment of people on any news or anything they are reacting to, so that you know exactly what is happening in the market at that period. Is very, very key. That is why you don't need to also panic at all. When you see a kind of reaction that is not too attractive, that's why you need to set your stop loss, and also your entry and exit strategy should be there, your profit target. When you have your stop loss on ground, when there's a reaction to news that it comes to touch your stop loss, especially a trader, you quickly jump out of that position, just because you need cash to trade other position that will be coming glaring in the market through your chart too. But if, because you don't have stop loss and it comes to that, you are waiting, there's a level of opportunity that you can lose in your portfolio. Even yourself, you will be slow to take action, because but if you're able to trade with your stop loss, exactly, because you are managing your risk, and you are managing your tradable fund. That is why stop loss is very, very key. And also, when you are taking profit in a particular stock, you know how to take profit. But there's profit that you want to take at once. There's one that you want to take gradually, as you see the performance of the company and what is happening around it. That is what you should look, because when you see stock that has strong momentum and is going somewhere, that's how you take profit. But when you see something that the momentum has turned negative, you can see it coming down, and you see that stop loss will help you to say, okay, this is the right time for you to exit, because you have it. But when you don't have, before you know it, it will wipe all your capital. That's why it's very, very important for every one of us to know exactly when we are investing, because I expect that this positive sentiment, for this week, if it continue fine. But because it's a new week, we might see a mistake because I can tell you that even as market is looking good, I can sense some caution trading even across the globe again because people want to see more numbers before they can take a free position. But those that are really short-term investors, they've gone ahead to take position. That means if you are taking position when you are seeing number, I will say that you are, latecomer because those that have entered and the company posts good number, even when market react to it, 2 days, 3 days, that alone is going to create some wealth for them. They can actually sell out, but those that are waiting to buy when results at times because of the nature of the market, you might see that that stock will be available. You see the stock on a bid before you know it, that bid continues to land. That's why you need to enter position before the result hit the market. Put it at the back of your mind because that is the only way for you also to take advantage of your tech analysis to know where the stock is after putting your resistance and your support level. I can say that between the resistance and support level, so called the value area, that value area will guide you to know whether it's going to break out or continue that trend. Once you're able to understudy that, and that's why we also emphasize on this class that make sure that you have access to what Investdata, technical toolbox, so that you can see this group of materials, you can go through them, and it will help you to understand what you are saying. And also, when you go to your chart on your own, you can see also make it easier for you to understand what to do with your own chart because it's very, very important. Knowing the state of the market and also what is pushing the market is very, very key. And that is why, as an investor, don't need to panic at all because, as I said, back home now you can see that our market also is trying to sustain the rebound we saw on Friday, just like what is happening global trend too. You can see that last week now on Friday we saw a kind of a huge or significant rebound as a result of Airtel appreciating another few stocks. Despite that it was a short trading week, the market closed positive. This morning we are seeing that that trend is still what we are seeing also. Also interested in the telecom stock are still playing around it. It's also keeping the market up. That's why we're seeing a marginal decline in the life of Dangote Cement. But the tech stock, the technology are still supporting the market at this moment. We're seeing also the market is also not doing badly. But when we come to that stage, we also explore detail. But before we come to looking at the state of the market, as usual, we want to look at the few results that came to the market within Friday and this hour. I will tell you that the earnings season has started. No, honestly, why I say so, the two stocks that really push into earnings season are mortgage companies. We saw impressive number from them. Then, and these are also related to financial activities. Also, if you look at the result that came from Unilever, I will tell you that number was below expectation. But to a level, you can see that the company is still on a positive territory, that they are still in line. But for me, you can see the impact of the high cost of operation and also what is happening globally also impacting on them. Seeing a good top line and also a thin bottom line is not too good for the market. But we want to see other companies that have released their number ahead. Like this morning, we saw the life of UCAP keeping to their early filing. Because within before it's within the 16th, but 16th being on Saturday, we're seeing their results also coming in on the 18th of July. You can see them within the period. First thing this morning, it's a good one for the company. You can see that you can plan with such company because of what they give you results consistently. You can know exactly when to buy the stock and when to exit the stock. But for me, it's a good one that those are taking position already before the result hit the market. But they are not independent paying company. But going to the future, this number will give you an insight what you expect from the company. But quick one before we go to the state of the market using a technical analysis, I want to look at the figure that came from this company, especially the one from Unilever and the one that came from UCAP this morning. For Unilever, I will start with the Q2. When I mean Q2, I want to look at the April to June number. I'll tell you that that number was really flat and also disappointing. But when we look at the whole 6 months, that means including the Q1, and that means half year result, you can see that there's improvement in that number. And also for me, this also might support the price. When we see the Q3. But for those that are long-term investor, I can see that the shareholding structure and also look at the retained earnings of this company is still improving, and I see that the valuation across all the analysts in the market, they are still not dropping it or not downgrading it because they are seeing improve earnings net of the 6 months. But for me, for the Q2, you can see impact of increase in cost, both financial cost because that has really eaten into their profit because their finance cost alone has jumped even more than 200%. For me, these are part of what is putting stress on that company. On their Q2, we saw a revenue or a turnover of a turnover growth of 42%, moving from 16.3 billion to 23.5 25 billion, which is good. But if you go to the PAT, I tell you that as an investor, yes, between the PAT and the top line, the expenses, cost of operation, cost of sales, no cost of paying salary, or no maintenance and all those stuff. If you look at it, I see that this increase in all these costs has really eaten up the profit for the Q2, because it dropped from 1.21 billion to 110.37 million, dropping by 90.91%. This is switch. EPS dropped from 21 kobo to what to 2 kobo for the period. And also in that manner, we saw also a structural decline in the profit margin. That's why that the profit margin for the previous day was not too attractive 7.4 no 1% to 0.47%. You can see, and I'll tell you this as a result of what the high cost of what of operation. But if you look at the 6 months account, like I've said earlier in one of the class, that look at this one, said that we saw that it moved from 32.4 billion to 43.8, representing about 35.17% of. Also, PAT, which is the bottom line, this one are the profit at at the end of the period. Profit for people moved from 714.8 to 1.91 billion, represent about 169.01%, which is good. EPS moved from 12 kobo to 33 kobo, good. And also we saw a marginal improvement in their profit margin from 2.1, 2.2 to 4.4% for the period. You can see that the finance cost alone was huge, moving from around the 45.5 million to 628.6 million. You can see also in that manner, tax for the period also jumped up. These are what really slowed down the company bottom line. But along the line, you can see that there's still prospect if we see improvement, especially as we are looking forward to see what the MPC is going to do in their next meeting. If they're going to also increase their rate in this kind of economy that we already see impact of what on the company operating, unless you want to kind of deflate or suffocate the company that are operating in Nigeria with cost. Because we know that the inflation that they're trying to fight is not the cash with inflation. This is the no cost with inflation, and also this is distortion in supplies here and there, insecurity in the farm. All these things are factors that are contributing to the galloping in prices of goods and services. We believe that at the coming MPC meeting, that they will vote with wisdom, and also know that our economy cannot be just really compared to other economy. We know what is peculiar with the economy. So also think around that circle and know exactly what to do as a as regulator or economic manager. It will help us in a long way to know exactly what to do when it comes to managing this high cost of activities or high cost of goods and services we are seeing in Nigeria. Yes, we say let's look to United Capital PLC. I will tell you this company has before now shown that it's a well-run company and also well-managed company by professionals, and we can see that their numbers has also remained in up direction for almost 2 to 3 years now consistently, and that's also reflected in the pocket of investors that are in this company. Improvement in their payout has also been significantly up. For me, it's a good company. That means if you are really no dividend investor, you might not be having a opportunity to get in trade for now. But if the company go into trade, that would be fantastic and also support their purpose. For now, we know that their dividend come from end of the year. But the numbers you are seeing will guide you to know exactly what is happening. Especially when you are seeing that the company earnings is looking up, price is looking up, and you are seeing volume and positive sentiment for that company, tell that something is happening. And we have seen also now they have released their Q2 number. I will tell you the numbers I'm seeing here is very, very impressive. And if this is sustained in their third quarter and full year, there's nothing stopping that this stock will hit around 18 to 20 naira because of what? Because of the company performance. And don't forget that their dividend is consistent. We have seen how they do their payout, and at the same time, what is happening in the market is also a plus for them because they're also a player. A market that have returned almost 22% year to date. Players that also have borrowed no money from of a bond and who they have utilized in expansion and they are using it to do business. You can see that it's also reflecting on the numbers of this company. For me, it's a good one. If you look at the UCAP gross earnings for the period ended June 30th, 2022. This is a number that will gladden every investor in this company. It moved from 6.85 billion to 9.11 billion, representing 33% up on the top line. And you remember in Investdata, we have what we call the quality of earnings, what we call group earnings and value of earnings. These are what we have seen in this company. You can see the kind of growth, the value at the end of the day, which as you finish, you also know yourself that this company is one of the one of the best managed company on the exchange. Yes, earnings moved by 33%, gross earnings, and PAT, which is the earnings, the bottom line, also was in green, moving from 3.14 billion to 4.44 billion, representing 41.4% up. Standard, if you look at the standard invest data, any thought that have a 20% up for either for 3 years or for a quarter, tell that also the bottom line also beat the standard of 20, also getting 41. For me, it's a good one. This is a good one to look at. If you also look at the EPS down, EPS are from 52 kobo to 74 kobo. On this note, you can say this is half of the year. You can also project that at the end of the year, nothing will see nothing like one naira 80 kobo, even 2 naira from this company if they sustain this tempo. For me, it's a good one. If a company attain 2 naira, even above it, you can see what they can pay to you, how much they pay last. You can see improvement in their payout already. For me, it's a good stock. And even though they are not paying you much, this is with the small number of shares we are seeing, the possibility that the bonus will come because that will be easier for them. But if they decide not to give, not to enlarge their share, I'll tell you, expect good dividend from this company because earnings is looking up, price is looking up, and volume is looking up. Also, seeing the positive sentiment in the company and the sector where they are playing in the capital market. You can see activities, on the bond side, on the treasury side, even on the stock market side, the organization movement is up. For me, it's a good one for this company. Then for this period, the EPS was 74, good one, moved from 0.25 to 52. But if you look at the profit margin, I think the profit margin is very, very important. It tells you the percentage of the percentage of the turnover that they are retaining as what at profit. For every 1 naira of this company, what are they retaining? Because the profit margin moved from 45.84% to 48.74%. This is margin for this is a good one, very very recognized and good thing to investors should also notice. That means in every 1 naira transaction this company does or on their top line, they're retaining about almost 50 kobo from that 1 naira. It's about 48 kobo from that 1 naira, 48.7%. This is sweet. It tells you that investors in this company should be happy because the company are managing their cost at the same time. You can see it reflecting on their. For me, it's a good one. But for a company to from every 1 naira sales or the earnings they make, they retain about almost 48 kobo or even 49. Like I say, almost 50 kobo for what as a profit. For me, it's a good one. Which I say kudos to what to UCAP, United Security, United Capital Security. For me, it's a good one. Yes, we want to look at the state of the market at this hour now. As we speak, I will tell you that the market is still in green. As I've said earlier, the market is doing 52,000 350 55 355.25. That means market is up by 155.38, which is good, representing 0.32% up. Good one for the market at this hour. I will tell you this is a good one. But if you look at the market bread, and market bread is flat. Market is here to say that negative or positive. Market at a par now, at a flat position. We are seeing 10 gainers and also 10 losers. In these 10 gainers, we saw the life of MTN on that, and then on the losers, we saw also the life of Dangote Cement. That's the high price stock that are that controlled almost the 70% of the market. Can see that they also on this side of the market is still balancing again. We expect that as we keep going through the day, because this is just midday, we have till almost 2:30 for the market to close. More will happen because we are seeing that as result is coming. We expect that market also react. That's why I say every day between now and the end of the month, we expect surprises and also disappointing figure, surprising figure, which we are seeing a surprising figure this morning. One that came from UCAP is a good one. You can see that the market is still in green. As I've said, out of the top 10 trade, I'll tell you the leaders are for The gainers are ROTP School, E-Transat, Police Microfinance, MTN, and UCAP. UCAP can see the market is already reacting, to the result they just announced this morning. So among beginners, you can see the life of GTB, FCMB, and also fixing in that category of gainers this morning. Then if you look at the losers, I told you there are also 10. You can see that this computer warehouse group, topping the losers. I'm not surprised or profit taking will hit that stuff because I've not seen much fundamental news, just market sentiment and look price attraction and put the top. Yes, profit taking is expected, which is good. You can see that it's among the losers. Also, is one leading the loser this morning, followed by Multiverse. You saw the life of Naku there. You can see Consolidated Hallmark Insurance PLC, and also can see the life of Wima Bank. These are the top 5 losers as we speak. You can see the life of Zenith slightly down. You can see also UBN, Union Bank Nigeria, and also you can see LBNH, among the losers this morning. But if you go to the top trading volume, which we know that volume, because volume is very, very important when you are trading stock. Volume and price is very, very key. Look at volume in this market. I'll tell you, we're seeing volume, top trading volume are Zenith Bank, UBA, Access Corp, can see Police Microfinance, and also NACO. These are the top 5 in terms of volume. What do you say? You can see that this market is really trying to stay above the breakout. Market has finally broke out the 52,000. You can see from here on there, and also trading above it around the 2,355. For me, it's a good one for the market now. Before we go further, let's quickly call up our indicators to look at the market this morning and see where the market is going from here. Let's really call up our indicators. I would like us to use our commodity right index today to see where it is now, and also look at our T line, which is key to us. Look at our T line, money flow. Then look at our T line. Yeah, our T line. Go to where's the wrong one? Look at our T line here. Yes, you can see change our T line to a normal age there. 8 days. Yeah, you can see the T line here now. That the market is above the T line this hour, which is good. You can see that market have broken this resistance here. This side, kind of level from all this way to the here. Market have broken now. You can see where it is now, around the 52, around the 53 now. So speak now. I see that market is staying green. Good one for the market, I will tell you. Then if you come down to look at volume, volume is still relatively low, not above the average traded volume on a daily basis. You can see, but what good thing that the new trend that was confirmed on Friday, you can see that it's still extending. Market is on the journey up. But here you can see that money flow at this hour is not looking up on a day chart. We will not also look at what is happening on a 1 hour chart to see where the market is, because I tell you 1 hour chart is very, very important. On 1 hour chart, we'll see that market is still at this hour staying red, but this 1 hour chart has been green red now, but still above the T line. We still want to see what the hammer close on our hourly chart. You can see that the CCI is also coming down, and money flow is looking up at this point. You can see fund is entering the market. You can see that the momentum is slowing down a little, but I believe that with the reaction of earnings that we expect between the week and the end of the month, might see this trend being sustained. But let's wait and see what the market will do between now and the end of the week. But I believe that it's a good start for the market for today. Then market start on a bullish note. With this, investors on the market will not panic, knowing that this is the earnings season that we expect to see more results from the market. If that result also come, it's going to be also a plus to the market. That's why I said this is not a time for you to panic in the market. Like people say, is it earnings error? But I said no problem. This is not earnings error or any panicking. No, it is earnings expectation that we expect to strengthen the market either positively or negatively, because the market will react positively if the numbers beat expectation, or most companies maintain what the trend we saw in Q1. But what we are seeing now, like I said, they were seeing a missed number. We saw the number that came from Unilever. Hi, that was a missed one, but still in green. But we are seeing a good number from UCAP now. We want to look forward to see other numbers we see. But for the market, I'll see that market is still not doing badly. Market is still in order. But here, what we look at, we want to look at some stocks. Afterwards, look at the market state of the market. Look at what is happening in MTN, UCAP. Look at also what is happening in Zenith Bank. Being among the losers this hour and why. And the NACO, the profit taking. Then we're going to look at the Access Bank. What is happening in Access Bank? You can see that the stock is among the also gainer this morning. Even though it's not among the top gainer, you can see that Access Bank up before. Want to also look at Access. That means you can look at this stock now. Police Microfinance on the top of volume and also gainers. These are the stuff we're going to. Let's quickly start with the Access Bank. Let's start with the Access Bank on individual stock to see the state of the stock as we speak now in the market. What is happening to Access Corp in terms of momentum and also price action. This on a 1 hour chart for the stock. You can see on the 1 hour chart stock, yes, it traded above the T line, but it has even come down and it went up again. You can see it here, trying to resist the decline. You can see, it's not too, for me, it's above the T line, but we're seeing a selling pressure in the stock. That's why we are seeing red here. Then if you look at the momentum indicators here, with the CCI, you can see it's looking down, while money flow is still looking up on the stock on a 1 hour chart. We quickly look at what is happening on a day chart of these stocks, but it will give us a clear picture of what is happening on a day chart. You can see that there's momentum here. We saw a movement here, but it's like it's slowing down. Getting almost retouching at almost a 970 here. You can see here before coming down to be around the 950. I can see now, or 950 exactly. Let's see what is happening. You can see the price, but money flow is going down. Only try to turn up here, still below 20. For me, this is still weak. But to confirm that funds entering the stock and we'll see stronger momentum. You can see now there's already a sign of a new trend. If you look at your CCR here, up here, but you can see that trend that market was up, was like selling pressure on it. But I think at the end of the day, we know where the stock goes. Like I already said, that this is a stock that has a good fundamental. We see volume on daily basis, price oscillating. That's something the market is the stock is ready for something as a trigger to move the stock up. If you're an Access Bank, I always encourage you, expect a good thing to come. That means your waiting period will be extended. If not, you might jump out when as much you are out of the party, another thing will start happening. Because as we speak now, all eyes is on the stock. As they are waxing strong, we see the impact of they are spreading in Africa continent on their bottom line. Already, we have seen that the top line has kind of hit above all in the industry, leading others fertile banks in that space. For me, let's just keep our finger crossed for assets. Then we quickly look at what is happening in Police Microfinance, because we're looking at the 1 hour chart and the day chart of the stocks. What is happening in Police Microfinance? I want to know what is happening there exactly at this hour. Let's see. You can see the stock trying to bounce back. Yes, they are not interested in but we are seeing a kind of a movement here. But yes, it tried to move up, but consider it's still flat on the T line. Need to wait, and the volume is not a sell volume. But money flow is looking up, but we are still not seeing improvement in the CCI. Let's keep our finger front and watch this stock. But people, let's look at what is doing on a 1 hour chart. It's very, very important to see what is doing on 1 hour part. We are seeing the same pattern, but the momentum indicators are not looking down on the 1 hour chart and also on a day chart. That is good for this stock. But we also want to keep our finger crossed because it's still flat on the meter. Try to go up or down now on the T line as we speak. Let's wait and see how it's going to end for today. NACO is the next one. Look at NACO. Is profit taking actually taking over NACO? We need to also look at that. If NACO profit taking has taken over NACO as we speak now. But if you look at this NACO on the 1 hour chart, you can see try to resist the decline. You can see a green on 1 hour. Even here, try to resist down, but now you can see a full green here, trading slightly above the like the stock adjusted below the T line. You can see it here. You can see that dot here. You can see that trading far below the T line. But you can see what we call when it has come to re-oversold region after you can see try to come up again on the 1 hour chart. Let's see how far it will go from here. But for me, this switch will be a markdown. Let's check what the daily chart is doing for the stock. If it's a markdown to zone, that should be. You can see like price adjustment on the stock down today, and you can see try to come up or still pulling back. Let's see how it goes. But now want to see whether the expected Q2 number will do anything on this stock. You can see that it has formed. Let's we'll see whether this is going to become a bottom, bottom for the stock. This point, you can see here has become this resistance here has become form of support. You can see it here, you can see it here, where it got here before. You can see. Let's wait and see. But it's looking down because of the markdown, for the bonus of 145 and 40 41 kobo dividend from the company. I think for me, let's see, wait and see what is happening now. You can see the part of the markdown here on the stock already. Look at MTN. What is happening MTN? That is very, very important. Last time MTN didn't come up. Let's see what's happening MTN now. If it come up today, and see. Let's see what happened. MTN Nigeria is very, very important now. Yeah, this is a day chart on MTN. You can see it's flat on the T line. But the good thing that you can see, a positive green here. We are seeing in volume, improved volume here. I can see activities of momentum that something's happening, is looking up. The money flow is rather to each up now, still low around 24. But for me, you need to keep our eyes on this stock. We expect this stock to also make a move. You saw what happened here where it made such move. So this such move is likely to also repeat, especially as the market is looking forward to see the interim dividend that will come with the second half, first half results. And if the numbers also beat expectation, we expect that the institutional investor that were able to get much from my time to take advantage of it. Looking at the price of is also is selling. We see opportunity in these stocks because we believe with their expected number, and improvement in the price to respond to that. Like I said earlier, that most of the companies price to earnings is below 15, and I said that even as the market also is also below 15, most of the companies, that means most of them are really undervalued. And when the stocks are undervalued, the next thing is that when market appreciate that stock, we start looking up. I see value in MTN as we speak. Finally, okay, let's look at the UCAP. Then time permit us to look at the Zenith before we call it a day. Let's quickly look at UCAP. What is happening in UCAP? What is happening in UCAP this morning? As we have seen this impressive number, what is the stock doing? Are we holding on? Yes, I can see look up on the day chart. Try to can see there's kind of a correction here, pullback. Once stock able to cross 13 again, that will also confirm an uptrend again. But we see that the momentum are still looking up here, but we see the much fund has not entered. You can see that it's going down here, looking down. But for me, there is opportunity in new cap from the number we're seeing and the trading pattern so far in the stock. Even the chart, the price action, I show that stock is also going somewhere. For me, if you're in UCAP, you can also take position. If you are there with your position, it depends on your investment. For traders, you can take advantage of the expected reaction to the stock. But what those are investors can also take advantage and buy in stages. The price are going up. But let's watch this stock because they are potential. Finally, as I said, let's look at what is happening in Zenith to round up the class for today. Zenith Bank on the 1 hour chart is looking like, you can see that it's trading slightly below the T line. It has rallied for a few days. You can see now it's trying to come down. You can see also the monthly indicator is looking down. My money flow is here to confirm that trend, but still looking up around to reach 55 or 56. For me, let's wait. The chart pattern and movement of the stock shows that there's no cause for alarm. I'm saying that the strong support level is around 21, 21, 10, 21, 20. Then that means anything above this price, I see another trend is going to come. But for me, those that are thinking long, medium, pensioners, dividend income investor, nothing stopping by taking advantage of this low price here to buy into the stock. Because from now, between now and August, we expect to see the dividend of Zenith Bank. And from the feel I'm hearing market, the result is not bad at all. But we want to see what they are doing. Are they maintaining the 30 kobo or they are taking it to 35 kobo? It is the number that will come and also the payout that will come. where the price will move. That's why I said this earning season will from anywhere from towards the end of the month, but that is where you see most companies dropping their number. If there are those that are not going audited, not going to be paying the three dividend, and their number are not going to be audited, they're expecting them to between now and end of the month to hit the market, and that also open your eyes to know exactly how this company has done and what you should do with your position in this company. I will say big thank you for your time. I say enjoy the rest of your trading day. But always, as I always encourage you, for those that are yet to subscribe to our YouTube, go ahead and do, because even as we post there, some other analysis, other programs, conferences, then so that you get an alert on your phone that a new update has come. That is a way of it also to follow the market bumper to bumper, because the more you have information from different angles, from different classes, it's going to also impact on your decision making and also your bottom line. Yes, I'll say a big thank you for those that attended the last question and answer. It was really interesting, and that video is already up out there. Go to the YouTube then and watch and subscribe. All other ones that are there, the analyst hangout, they are all there. Also the market update, both technical, chart option. Go to the site, they are all available. Just go there, you'll be enlightened, and at the same time be guided on how to take your investment decision for the week, especially this earning season. I say thank you and enjoy the rest of your trading days.